Yeah, so I started playing rugby for Caloundra when I was 11, turning 31 this year. So basically started senior at rugby in 2008. Went from being the youngest in the team for 1 or 2 seasons, now I'm just about the oldest, apart from the odd cameo from Wardy. So yeah, it's been pretty cool to see how the club's transformed over the years, from the crab pot and you know, like obviously the volunteer base has been there all that time, but I feel like it's sort of getting more and more professional as the years sort of go on. Yeah, I guess we probably haven't hit the ground running as well as we would have probably liked to or expected to. Round 1 was good. We sort of ground out a really tough win against Uni, I think with about 30% possession and most things against us, our defence really showed. But last week against Noosa, don't know what happened really there. I think we sort of, whether or not we were too relaxed going into it, maybe a little bit too confident, definitely didn't sort of complete at the breakdown, didn't compete at the breakdown as well as we should have, and really showed there. And bombed a few opportunities, I guess, early on, which hurt us as well. So, but they were on. Noosa were really good. Breakdown intensity's major. We've been working on that all week, so something that we're pretty soft in both games. We've got really decent backline, and there's sort of no point having that if the forwards aren't doing the grunt work and getting the go forward or providing that clean platform for 9 to get quick balls. So we need to really sharpen up around that, and I guess sort of focus on securing our own ball more than anything. I think defensively we can hold our own and handle that aspect, but I guess, yeah, just lifting intensity when we do have the ball. Yeah, so I guess as usual, it's like we've got Mac Burgess here still. I mean, he's had, this is his 4th season, I think, with us, and you know, it's pretty obvious what we get with him. He's you know, fantastic ball player and can create opportunities out of nothing. Got a pretty heavy Fijian contingency this year with Wilson, Seki, Semi and Vili. I mean, all of those guys, and they're all in the back line. They all got pace to burn, and fantastic attackers and great scrambling defenders. So, and big Sam Bernstrom as well. We've been lucky enough that league's sort of shut down for the season this year, and he's come across and having a crack at Union and selected us to come to, and I think we've made him feel really, really welcome and enjoyed having him here. So, but yeah, he's showing plenty of promise, I suppose, in these first 2 games, and I've got no doubt sort of by the end of the season he'll be firing once he sort of grasps what we're about a bit more. I think we need to be, yeah, I think we need to be a little bit more patient. You know, be willing to build those phases, not push that last pass. I think it showed last week we pushed that 50-50 pass when it didn't need to happen, and you know, you hold on to that and go 2 or 3 more phases, and you're probably getting a try. So in attack, that's probably a big thing, just that little bit of more patience to execute. Obviously, yeah, ruck intensity's got to be there, physical hard carries from the forwards, and set piece, we need to sharpen that up as well. I don't think there's anybody with 1 to 8 on their back that can say that they're super impressed with how we've gone in the first 2 rounds in both line out and scrum. No, I don't think so really. I generally try not to eat too late. I suppose that's probably the biggest one. Yeah, being a bit heavier, I don't really need the extra bit of cargo on board to try and run around for 80 minutes. But yeah, generally try not to eat sort of after 11 o'clock more often than not. But yeah, and really just try and drink a shitload of water, because sometimes you don't know when you're going to get your first sip once the game starts. You know, we might not have a stoppage for 20, 30 minutes. So yeah, so I mean, yeah, it's cool. Like, it's sort of been a pretty wild ride. Like, we've now sort of got Otis. We've had what, two games of footy since you know, he's come along, which has been pretty cool. So I've had to try and, I guess, do my Saturday morning routine a little bit differently, and you know, got him to think about now with all of that. He probably made the loss a little bit easier last week to come off and see his little face and everything like that. But You know, as far as like, it's super exciting for like, I think there's 7 or 8 of us that are having kids this year. So, I mean, it's nuts. I mean, like, it's a big thing for you. It changes your life in a huge way, and it's really good that there's so many of us that are actually going to be going through it together, and we can actually talk about the challenges and go, man, like, how is your kid sleeping, or how's your missus holding up, and all that sort of stuff, and it's really good to be able to bounce that. And I guess it's pretty exciting for 2026 under 6s for Lighthouses. They look like they're going to be in pretty good hands. Word association. Yeah.
League and win.
Pest.
Geo.
Hard runner.
The Trenteries.
Injured.
Caloundra Lighthouse.
Home.
Australian Rugby.
Could be better. Yeah. Fucked. Yeah, I mean, it's a privilege, I suppose. Like, I stayed and played here for so long because, yeah, it just feels right, and it's an easy club to be loyal to. It's just one big family for me. Yeah, I just love the competitive nature of footy, and I love everything about the Lighthouse culture. So it's great to pull the jersey on Saturdays and run out there with really good mates and have some fun, really. So you'll get heaps out on the game, mate. He hasn't fucking moved. Do something, you pig.